up, Radix Nation? Coming at you live from Idaho Falls, Idaho. We're shooting The Perspective this week. The Perspective is a weekly podcast where we tell your stories and we highlight top performers. Guys, the summer's here. It's go time. To kick things off, we have two quick announcements. First, Dave and I will be traveling around to come do the Red Shoe Tour. We're excited to come out and see you guys. It starts next week. So the 8th to the 13th, we'll be starting in California, making our rounds there. We're excited to get out and see you guys. Second, our charity organization. We work with the Maloof Foundation, with On Watch. There's a new closers video that you guys can show at the end of every close to button up the sale. That's floating around. Make sure you use that. It's such a powerful tool and amazing video. So, jumping into our top performers this week, we're going to highlight the top closers, the top lead reps, and the top teams every single week. So, kicking things off, the top closers this week, we had Paulo Buendia with 6, Jacob Shreve with 4, Blake Decker with 4, Preston Erickson with 4, and Tiago Varela with 3. Top 5 lead reps, Brian Harmon with 5, Tate Moser with 5, Clay Alspaugh with 3, Sam Morales with 2, and Eli Averett with 2. Top 5 teams. This is exciting. This is where the fierce competition is going to exist every single week. And this race is going to get tighter and tighter as the competition heats up throughout the summer. But this week on top, we had Lux with Buendia, Paulo Buendia and Blake Decker with 12. We had Invictus with Derek Marlowe and Cooper Nebaker at 8. Kaizen, Tanner Price was 7. Impact, Ammon Davis was 6. And Messer, Briggs Bogle and Trevin Facer also was 6. So congrats to our top 5 teams. Looking forward to that competition heating up all summer long. Okay, now the part that I love the most, telling individual stories. So at this point in the summer, when we're starting off, it's important that in every team, we're highlighting wins. In solar, it's really hard to go measure your success if you're thinking, I've got to get a sale every day. Because the reality is that's really tough to go do. However, it's important that you start off with, how many doors did I knock? How many appointments did I set? How many appointments sat? And as you start to measure those different things, that's where you can start to base your success each day based on those categories. And as I was talking with the leadership, I wanted to highlight a couple individuals that have been winning. So to start things off, Lucas Pope out in Bakersfield. He's dominating. Right now, he's the top rookie in the Arbor region. He's out in Bakersfield. And when I was talking with his leaders, they said that he's extremely consistent. He's dialed in his pitch, and he works on it all the time. And it goes to show, he had 2 accounts last week, and it was his very first week out there. So congrats, Lucas. Keep up the good work. Sam Morales on Team Impact. His leaders, Ammon, Tate, and McCrae, said he's the most consistent guy out there. Shows up with a good attitude every day, and also had 2 last week. Diego from Team Impact. First week in, also did 2. So he's coming out hot. He sold ADT for 3 years, and he's coming into the solar business, and he's making that transition look really smooth. Connor Wills. This is a familiar name in our business. He got out to Dallas, grinded all week. I know that Connor had some housing issues. There was some frustrations there with the apartment complex, just trying to get in and settled. And a lot of times in sales, that can mess with your head. But I was really proud of Connor getting out and grinding last week and ended up last Saturday with a 2 spot. Congrats, man. Keep up the good work. Rowan Ruby. This guy comes from Tribus. On Saturday, he had 5 leads in under 3 hours, and they're really excited to see what he does this summer. Malcolm Archibald. I met with this guy a lot over the last couple years, and his leaders were extremely grateful for him grinding all week long and finally pulled out a deal on Saturday. And that really is the definition of this job. You can go all week long, and then Saturdays can absolutely save your week. So congrats, Malcolm. Keep up the good work. Wanted to highlight Brian Harmon and tell a little bit of his story. So Brian Harmon, I was texting him earlier today, but he comes from the tech industry. And with the crazy economy the way that it is, he got laid off 3 weeks ago. And he was really looking at a career change and took a gamble on solar. And He's from his words, he said he was so grateful for the team around him. He's on Team Lux. Last week, his first full week here, he did 5 accounts. So we're excited to see what Brian Harmon does and watch him smash his way through the learning curve. Congrats, Brian. Good luck this week. And then last person I wanted to highlight was Preston Erickson. Preston's one of our senior regionals, and with all the changes with NEM 3 going on, Preston had 4 accounts, and that really is the definition of leadership. As changes come, it's important that leaders will go navigate those, and they'll go lead from the front, and Preston did that really well. So congrats, Preston. Keep up the good work. Cool. Those are the rep highlights for the week. As we wrap up this week, I just wanted to take a second and express a ton of gratitude. Everybody has worked really hard to get up to this point in the summer to go launch. There's been a ton of efforts from the back office to every recruiter to all the managers that have been coordinating housing. There's an immense amount of gratitude for each one of you and for your efforts for joining Radix this summer. Guys, to wrap up this week's podcast, I wanted to quickly end with a leadership thought. This podcast is called The Perspective for a reason. Everybody in their unique roles has a perspective at this point in the summer. If this is your first summer knocking doors, you have a unique way that you're viewing what's in front of you through your lens. For some of you, it's your first year managing, and you're viewing your job and the situation from your lens. And no matter which lens you're viewing the summer through, I thought that this thought was really meaningful. So Adam Law, he came and spoke to our organization a few months back. He's the mental health and performance coach for the Dodgers. He talked about when guys that are in really high performance jobs, like athletes, that it's important for them to be able to control their control circles or control their 3-foot circle or what's just right in their reach. So my advice to you, if you're a new rep, is control what you can control. Focus on practicing your pitch. Focus on learning from your managers. If you're a manager and you're brand new to management, focus on the things that you can control, leading from the front, having good team meetings, having good correlations. There's so many variables in this job that you can't control that it's really important to focus on the things that you can. So with that, good luck in week 2 of the summer. Can't wait to catch you guys next week. Take care.